I have my transmission and transfer case back and rebuilt. I decided to assemble them so I could show you some different jacks and why you would want to use the different jacks. If you're going to be trying to remove the drivetrain like this, I would recommend to not use a floor jack like this, because the floor jack has a really narrow footprint, which means that if you don't have this properly centered, it can become unstable and fall, and you don't want that to happen. Plus, a floor jack, you don't really get the option to adjust these while you're trying to work on them, which can be pretty important to do. I would, however, recommend using a transmission jack like I have over here. This is your standard under hoist transmission jack, like you saw earlier, and this is a low lift transmission jack. Remember with either of these is to make sure you have one that has 2 axes of rotation, so that way you can easily manipulate these objects that you're working on. I ended up setting up this drivetrain here. I found the actual center of gravity on these units. The center of this jack is actually behind the transmission pan, which is about 3 inches or so further back than where I had guessed where this was gonna be. I also ended up having to offset it to the side of the drivetrain. So this is where I had set the jack originally. It needed to move over because there's so much weight over here for the with the transfer case off to the side here. And so this is the setup that actually found the true center of gravity. You can see I have one pick point over on the pan here. I also offset the threaded supports from the center. Before I had these centered, I ended up having to move them forward because everything shifted back so far. The other thing is I'm on the tail housing rather than right here. Anyways, threaded support here on the pan. There is this front support here, which is also offset to the side of the center. And then the third threaded support, or the other threaded support, is on the pan again over here. All 3 of these support points are equally distributed in the load. So this front one up here isn't necessarily going to be squishing the pan because we have them on the side here too. This one, however, back here is taking a lot of the load, but I found there's a nice little rib I could tuck this under. And yeah, so that is a centered unit that is relatively good to work with. But the problem is if you were to do this on the vehicle, you're guessing at where this center of gravity is gonna be. And so it's hard to really find it until you've got it out of the vehicle, which is why I would not recommend using a floor jack for this type of unit. Now I'm going to be switching floor jacks from this standard duty bolt-on to this drop-in style jack because these have a lot more slop in them. I have this set up like I did when I was on the transmission jack removing it from the Bronco. The center of gravity is centered in between the 2 objects, and I also moved this pick point back to the center line of these objects so you can see how much weight is trying to pull over to this side and how rear heavy it is as well. So a lot of weight coming over to this side. Now we'll go a little bit further and show you this front wheel is actually off the ground. And if I shake it, the entire jack is coming off the ground. So this is about to tip over. And this can be very dangerous. Once again, why you shouldn't use a floor jack to do this. Here I have the jack set up to where the center of gravity of these objects is actually centered on the jack. You can see how little effort it takes to rock from side to side, and it takes very little effort to rock front to back. This is because the center of gravity of this is centered on the jack, which is very important when you set up the jack adapter. Here I have the drivetrain set up on a low lift transmission jack. I have also taken the center of gravity and offset it quite a ways from the center of the jack. And you can see how springy and tippy this is, but it still takes a lot of force to try to push this over to its side on that balance point. So you can see how much safety you get from having that wider base. The low lift transmission jacks do have a couple drawbacks though. This one happens to have an adjustment knob that is right in line with the threaded support and interfering with its adjustability. So this could either get cut back or you could find one that doesn't have this knob sticking way out here. Another drawback of these is that the head unit up here is actually fixed to the jack, so it doesn't rotate. So you have to rotate the entire jack, but it has 4 casters on it, so it does make it easy to move in any direction. If I was actually working on this, I would have probably rotated the jack and moved it in line with these, which probably would have made the job easier. But this works good for demonstration purposes. It's time to stop playing around with these jacks and get this put back in the vehicle. But rather than show you the install process, we're just gonna skip to the fun stuff. Let's see if we got all 3 gears.